Hey, what's happening, guys? Yeah, I think I am good to go. Alright, sick. Hey, welcome in, Armage. What's happening, man? Kaon, Bio, what's happening, everybody? Yo, what's up, Darthling? Alright. Yeah, I think I'm good to go now. Let's wait till everybody gets in here and I'll be ready to start. Actually, give me like 2 seconds and I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a cup of water real quick. Hey, welcome in, everybody. What's going on? All right, so welcome in, everybody. This is a speedrun of SimEarth. We're going to be doing a speedrun of SimEarth today. This is for the, we are doing this for Defeating Games. The entire SimEarth speedrun community is here to cheer you on. Aureliux, let's go. Alright, so welcome in, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope everybody is enjoying the marathon. Just give a quick shout out to the Video Game History Foundation for, taking the opportunity to, preserve video game knowledge and stuff like that. Video game history, sorry. In the form of memorabilia, developers notes, things like that. Just all kinds of cool stuff there. So if you guys want to check that out, if you haven't already, if you don't know what that is or whatever, if you want to check that out, that is a cool site. So, and also sorry for the stretching of the chat box up there. I suck at figuring out how to get these windows to be sized up correctly. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first scenario here is going to be a little rough on account of the fact that we might have to restart a couple of times, but yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. So we start out here, just 2 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. Had a cat in my room that was giving me a hard time. Alright, so we start out here in the aquarium world. Land hasn't actually formed yet. And so right now the whole world is a giant ocean world. Kitty! Yes, Kitty was giving me a hard time. Yeah, so we start off in like this giant ocean world. And the world is full of ocean life. However, for us to get civilization going, for land life to emerge, we have to get life to evolve. So how we do this in this game quickly is we use what's called a monolith. If you've ever seen 2001 Space Odyssey, that is what the monolith is. It's literally the, the monolith from the movie, and it causes an evolution of the creature that you drop it on. We're not having great luck yet, but we'll get there. It just takes a few tries. Now, once we get past the very first level here, we'll be good to go. We'll be saving for all of our major stuff after this. Evolution is random. Should use save states? No, this is, I mean, it's literally just like one step. It's like you just start it up and you just drop a monolith. It either works or it doesn't. I mean, I guess I could use a save state to jump into level 2, but these have a 33% chance of working. We're just not getting lucky. Hey, what's up, Jixer? Welcome in. Glad you're stopping in for the marathon. And welcome in everybody else, too. I'm really happy that everybody is here. I just meant so the reset doesn't take as long. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I never saw a better strategy than just use Monolith on stage 1 and just reset if it doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, that's... Artemis is correct. I could probably save just a small amount of time by saving and reloading. But it's not... It's like you're still doing the exact same thing. We just cut out a few seconds to rewatch the intro again. Okay, now we're good to go. So we used a monolith on some uncivilized, unevolved life forms, and now we are going to shift ourselves into an evolutionary phase for the Earth, which is the next level. It's a pre-Cambrian era, I think. So we solved the aquarium. We now have intelligent life. Well, we now have like land-dwelling life. All life becomes crab eventually. There are a lot of crabs in this game. All life becomes lizards with boxing gloves eventually? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna have to modify our Earth a little bit. Now, there are several strategies for how to make this work. Preferably, I go for making a forest environment of the world. Whenever I get done with these controls here, pretty much the only thing that's going to grow well is going to be forests and things like that. There are a lot of crabs in chat, too. Crab people. So we're going to turn up all of our biosphere stats here so that we can get more life forms. I only have a clam emote. Is that close enough? No, it's not, Kaon. Get out of here. Get. Go on. Obviously, JK. Alright, so we're going to... Also, sorry guys, I am recovering from a chest cold, so I do sound like I'm like a 4-year smoker right now. Apologies for that. And then we're gonna plop down our very beginner life form as a trichordate. We looked this up a little while back. Somebody looked this up, and trichordate is actually a like real creature, but it's called like Tribrachidium. And it's like a real animal in real life, but in real life, a 4-year smoker. You taking shots at us older folk? Excuse me. But yeah, Tribrachidium is going to be our creature to go forward. Trichordate in this game. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow them to breed and evolve naturally until they hit civilization, like intelligence and civilization on their own. And then after that happens, we will save the game and we will drop another monolith. We're also going to save before we place them down, because at this point we're not going to be resetting, so we're going to be saving before we do anything that could set us back. They had symmetry along 3 lines. I know! A soda for your throat lubrication? I need something, seriously. And Artimage, this is why we don't save on level 1, because saving this game requires us to save every tile in the game and all the information on that tile. And so because of that, it takes a very long time to save. Now loading is very quick. Loading happens almost instantly, but saving takes a long time. I said save states, not save load. Oh, right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, alright, so we've placed down our very first little tricordate. It's the very first land life form. Way before it should have been placed down, like in, you know, historically speaking, right? And so, yeah, we're just going to sit here. We're going to let this little dude do his thing. He's going to grow eventually. Hopefully. Sometimes this takes a while. Sometimes it happens real quick. It's a large issue of time here because, you know, there's no way that I know of yet to force this guy to breed. Yeah, hopefully. Exactly. Okay, so there we go. Sometimes you get a bad roll of the dice and they die off. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. And sometimes you get a really good roll. On my PB now, I have a new PB Relics. I gotta upload it, but I've got some new strats that we probably will not see here today because they're kind of through our preferential treatment. Yes. But we probably won't see the new strats that I have today on account of the fact that they're kind of iffy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not. But yeah, I've got a new PB, and on my PB, like literally a couple of ticks after I put this guy down, it dropped another one, and then immediately dropped like a level 3 one. And then it just went up from there. It just went up so fast. I'm going to sign off for the night. Keep on defeating games, everyone. Hey, take it easy, Kyle. Thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Rest those hands for SS. It's true. Gotta get you an Epsom salt soak tonight for those hands. Loosen those joints up for tomorrow. So we get a lot of boreal forest here, which is what these little like pine tree guys are, down in the northern and southern reaches. But then throughout the middle of the entire world, we get nothing but forests. And as far as I've been able to tell, I mean, I know obviously we're not having great luck this time, but as far as I've been able to tell, forest is what tricordate breed the fastest in. Like in other, I've tried out like a few other approaches, and it seems like when they're in forest, they spread and evolve faster. Obviously, we're not getting that kind of situation right now. I don't know why the game's being like it is, but it just is, so. So the other problem is we want these guys to evolve, and they're not doing that. They're literally staying at like level 3. Let me see. So every creature has like a level associated with it. And so you can see here this tricordate is level 4 of 16. When they hit 16, the next evolution will cause them to gain intelligence. And so we're just waiting for these guys to evolve. Okay, so here we go. Now they're starting to finally evolve a little bit. We're seeing some different shapes come out, some different forms. Looks like things are speeding up too. That's nice. Yeah, and yeah, just another shout out again for the Video Game History Foundation. Defeating Games is raising money to help them. And they are an organization that helps to preserve video game history in many, many different forms. I cannot recommend enough to go check out their website and see what they have out there. I want to say they're adding new stuff all the time too. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it's what it sounded like from the few bits that I heard. Defeating Games also has a good looking website. Yes, visit Defeating Games as well. And if you think that you might enjoy playing a game that has, you have a game that you like or something, like, maybe next year, whenever we have the next one, you jump in and, stream with us. It's like a real website, Tim Longoji. So we're wanting these guys here. We need them to continue to advance a little more. I think it's the next evolutionary form after this one. After the little 3 tentacle looking dude. So yeah, everybody's just jamming. They got their little groove on, doing a little dance. Now it looks like... Now I'm very curious about why we're seeing so much grassland coming through. That must be like because this is the interior of the continent, right? Like rainfall is not hitting this area as much as it is on the coast. And so we're seeing more grassland come out. But it looks like it's spreading out to the coast too, so... I had written down that the website was good. Defeating Games for Charity website is good. So we just need like a couple of more evolutionary jumps here. I've had 1 or 2 runs where I tried to evolve frogs or lizards or something, but then crabs took off while I wasn't looking. But I was never able to nail that down reliably. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm like, I know there's got to be a life form that, like, is the best. But I have no idea what it is. All life becomes crab eventually. Excuse me. So these are the guys that we want to see right here. These are the guys with the 1 eyeball. You just want to see one that gets a little brighter. Has a little more color to it. And then we're going to watch those guys because that's probably where our civilization is going to come from. Yep, like this guy right here. So this guy is, what, 16 of 16? So the next step for this guy is to evolve. When it releases, if it evolves and releases another trichordate and breeds, basically, it will start civilization. So that's what we're waiting for. We're going to save it as soon as that happens, and then we will be proceeding to the next level almost immediately. And that's probably trichordate has been civilized. Oh, that's reptile's been born, which is good, because sometimes whenever I save this and like I go to reload to use the monolith, the little message there about a creature evolving will get like stuck, and so every time you load you get the message and it's terrible. Hey, Ageless, fire content. Oh, alright, thanks, Mari. Mari or Maori? Maori? Oh, okay. Yeah. Come on. Come on, fellas. What's going on here? I was just being silly. Oh. Yeah, this is like one of the worst runs I've had on this first level. I'm not gonna lie. Because there's so many guys, so many trichordates who are ready to jump into the next phase of evolution, and they're just not doing it. Usually with just a couple of them, like, I get it. Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's still not there. Alright. They're just vibing. Dude, they are just vibing. Look at them, man. They're just chilling. You know, a whole, you know, a whole species of creatures that are just like, step to the right, step to the left. Alright, so we need to let this city form before we save it, because sometimes because if I save it while they're still mobile, there's a high chance that they will move positions after I load it. Wow, this is going to be hard. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a look in this menu right here. We'll see where our civilization is. Are you kidding? What? I thought it just said Tricordate has been civilized. What is going on with this game? Alright, well, let's, okay, yeah. It's not intentional, but we'll take it. Bugs win. Bugs did win, dude. I thought it literally said Tricordate has been civilized. Maybe I didn't pay attention. I was just expecting it, so I didn't even really look at it. Okay, yeah, well, this works. So anyway, some insect out in the ocean decided to evolve into intelligence before our land-dwelling creatures, so we're gonna push them into the next phase of civilization. So now that they are down, they will not move even if we reload. So now when we reload, we'll be directly on top of this tile, and we'll just have to press the button to start it up again. Oh, and we're getting a message every time. So this is what I was talking about. Sometimes whenever a species evolves, like the message for doing it gets stuck in my load. And so every time I load, we're going to see this message now. It's basically like an almost worst case scenario, but it's fine. This isn't a PB attempt, so... Alright, technology has evolved. Our insects now have gas. So we're into the Industrial Revolution. This map is super easy to win. That's coming up. All we have to do is drop a monolith on a industrial society or industrial city and we're good to go. You have solved Earth's Cambrian problems. So they want us to solve like all of man's problems for this map, like, you know, work out the pollution, do all these things. What we're going to do is we're just going to use a monolith and just force society right into the next stage of civilization, which is going to be going to space. So let's do that. You see that nice little... What could go wrong? You see that nice little factory right there? Little factory image of a city. Do you want the list? Yeah. And we're going to drop a monolith right on it. With a little luck, we'll get an instant successful. Amazing. Alright, fellas. We are now Gaianizers. We have finished with Earth. We've done all the right things. Earth is a paradise and it's good to go. So yeah, we solved all of the Earth's problems and now we're going to space. It's incredible. We solved them all by just dropping a monolith on one city. What do you mean, ice? We did it. Easy. Not now, Art. True. Yeah. Let's keep all that out of the chat. So anyway, now we're going to Mars. This is the first place that we're gonna you know, be off world. We're gonna figure out how things are going. Just trying to lean in with what you're responding with, not trying to hurt. That's fair. That's fair. So we're gonna use vapor to heat up the planet. These vapor generators, it just looks like a little thing that I'm putting down, but like I picture it as being like a massive factory, like miles wide. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes up like miles and it's just pumping out gases into the atmosphere. But that water vapor will heat up the planet, and it will also create enough moisture for us to grow plants. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start putting down biomes. I mean, a whole city fits into one tile. Right, right. So yeah, so like these factories must just be like enormous complexes. So we're just going to wait about another year for the effects of that vapor generator to take effect. And then we're going to start dropping boreal forests. Well, that first one died off immediately. That was not too cool. Now I'm going to place several in one location. That's so these ones will grow together and give me like a nice little place to start civilization in. What is going on here? It's giving me a hard time today. Okay, so let's go place some boreal and a couple of other locations as well. Some boreal forests. And then we'll place, actually let's place some actual forests there. Let's go, let's see if we can get some to grow while we're trying to get our initial landing site for our people habitable. So on Mars, you can only grow forests in the lowlands. There's not enough moisture in the highlands to grow forests. City life, gotta build up and not out. Alright, so let's put another one right here. And obviously, I'm going a little bit slower than I would if I was making a PB attempt. We're just doing a marathon, so we're just having fun. There's no need to go all out and be worried about time and everything. I've got more than enough time to complete this. Need a little bit of both. Better up, but up is a better plan. Really hoping that will grow, but it doesn't matter if it does or not because we're ready to put down our first society. Okay, so colonists are ready. They are about to jump off the ship. We're just going to save it so that if they die when they do, we can reload it and try again. Also, when you reload, the game takes some time to put all of the mechanics back in place. And so almost every time you reload, you're going to lose some of your biomes, some of your creatures, things like that. And that's just how the game works. I don't know if that's intentional, if that's like the game's memory catching up with where its data is or what. But yeah, if we have to do it, you'll definitely see it. So we're going to place down Information Age Society. This is basically where we're at in society. So we're going to place down like a culture that's basically at our technological level of advancement. And just need him to settle. Stop being a colonist. Make a city. Come on. What was your experience getting familiar with this game? Yeah, so this game is a game I played a lot when I was a kid. I was always into science and stuff, obviously, but like when I played this game, dude, it was out of this world. Like I loved the idea so much of having a whole world to just go, let's do some stuff with the world. Also, I'm not sure if I've ever had a colonist live this long. But yeah, I played it a lot when I was a kid. I liked to explore all the different mechanics the game had. I didn't understand it well back then, and you know, the internet was still not what it is today. There were like guides and stuff out there, but a lot of people were just guessing back then. Like nobody was ripping games open and seeing what was inside of it. You know what I mean? Oh, also, I forgot to move our civilization tab here. So like a lot of the information that was out then was just not good. Just wasn't good information. And so there was like a lot of mystery with it, you know? It was like, oh, why does these things happen whenever I do this? Why does this happen? So there was like a lot of figuring it out, which is really cool. But you know, now that I play it, I still have the same feeling of like, this is really cool, but it's like, I have a firm knowledge of what I'm doing. So a lot of the mystery now is gone. There's a lot more just like, you have to do the X thing to get this result, right? But it's still really fun. Like, it's just cool to be able to be like, I'm gonna mess with the world and see what happens. I'm just gonna change some things up and see what it does. Alright, so now that we have that, oh, let's talk about one other mechanic as well. So down in the bottom right, there's a small omega counter. That is our points in the game. Allows us to build things. As you can see with the biome, they're taking 50 of whatever points I have. Excuse me. And so that exposure as a kid, even if you didn't grasp the game then, provides so much as an adult. Think of all that time you're able to spend with the game. Oh yeah, no, it was awesome, dude. It was awesome. I love this game. But yeah, there's a mechanic. So normally when you start the game, you're getting like 2 points per tick, per like game tick, right? Every level of technological advancement that your intelligent civilization has, up from Stone Age, because Stone Age still gives you 2 points, but every level of society past Stone Age increases your points gained per tick by 1. So with an information age society, we're gaining 7 points per tick, which is so much faster than if we didn't have a high level technological society. And so what we're doing is we need to create enough biomass. We need to create 25,000 biomass and I think 1,000 population. The biomass is, we just have to spread out biomes across the planet. The more that we spread them out, the faster they're able to grow. Yeah, so that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to get up enough biomass. Our people will be spreading over the biomes that we have placed down. So they're working to get up to 1,000 while I'm working to get biomass up to 25,000. Down here in the pole, for some reason, forests will either grow great or terribly. There's like no in between, and I don't understand why. There has to be some kind of like temperature swing that I'm not seeing because I don't have it up. I don't have like the visual display up for that. And it must be like killing off my forests or something. Sorry guys, a little cough there. Oh yeah, and if the music's a little low or my voice is a little loud or anything like that, do not be afraid to let me know. The other reason that we need biome to spread out so quick is because as our people spread, which you can see they're doing, they cannot live on bare rock, which makes sense. And so they have to have biome to spread into. So we try to get it moving and growing around the world as fast as possible so that our people are never not having a place to live, basically. always have somewhere they can move into to continue increasing in population and whatnot. This year, we've got a handmade, mom-made, Zelda-themed quote and 2 NES cartridges to give away as part of our prizes sweepstakes. Check them out on our website. Yes, the quilt is incredible, everybody. Like, if you are into Zelda and video games in general, like, that quilt is a work of art. The carts as well, it's for a... can't give you the exact details, but it's for a Zelda ROM hack that turns Zelda 1 into a roguelike. And he has a gold and a regular cart, I think, with that ROM on them. So for a entry or for a donation of $25, you can be entered into that prize set. I think the quilt is a $50 prize donation. Yes, the ROM hack is called Zelda Ancient Dungeon. It is a blast to play. It looked super cool, dude. And yeah, and I think the donation hype. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just a second. There we go. Artemage, let's go, dude. Nice. Thank you for the donation. Whoa! Let's go. Kamika. Holy moly. Okay, so I gotta focus here. So for this one, we're gonna do this the old way because I don't have confidence in the new way. I do it for the speed runs, but I'm afraid to do it on the marathon because there's too much variability. So this is gonna be a little bit boring, guys. If anybody needs to get up and get a drink, use the bathroom, do anything like that, we're literally just gonna be sitting here for like 20 minutes probably, while we wait for Venus to cool down. Hey, it sounds like we just hit $1,000, so thank you everybody for donating so far. I hope we keep them coming in, and yeah, let's keep going. Did you find it a much faster way? I did. So the gift on this level is the Oasis. If you put the Oasis down and then you surround it with a biome maker and 2 oxygen generators on the 4-tile set that it exists on, you know, like events, right? They have like, so events in this game work on a 4-tile set. I can't drop one because we're not gonna have enough energy if I do. Regardless, like if I were to put like an event here, it would take up like these 4 blocks, you know, or like these 4 blocks or something. It just depends on how the grid is set up. If on this level, if I get the gift and I fill those 4 blocks with generators and stuff, like a biome generator and some oxygen generators, events from civilizations like war and plague that require that event to happen over a city tile can no longer take a place and destroy your gift on account of the fact that a city can't be set into one of those 4 event tiles. It's kind of complicated to explain, and I can't show you because we're not going that way, but yeah. Basically though, it allows us to start a very small little patch of land, biome, and get an information age society set up. Once we get that information society set up, we're now getting 7 points per tick instead of 2. And we build out the other 8 oxygen generators with that energy coming in. You build them far away from the people because they'll destroy them if they get close to them. And then you just wait. Once you get all 10 of them down, instead of like year 40 finishing it out, I played around the Oasis but couldn't find something viable. Yes, and it's not 100%. Like, depending on where the Oasis is, that method will fail. Like, that will just fail. Because sometimes the biomes will not. I had also played around with plopping a nanotech seed so you'd have the higher energy rate, says Aurelix. I did that as well, but no matter what I did, it didn't make things faster. So yeah, I had the same exact result you did. But when I did it with nanotech, it shaves about, you finish out instead of year 110, roughly, 1 to 110, you finish out at year like 86, 85, 90. So it cuts like 25 years off the total time. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, my sum of best now is down to 115, and my PB is at 119.58. I got a PB with the new strat of 123, and then I was like, I want to get 120 because I can definitely do that. And tried it again and got 119.58. So shaved about 5 minutes 50 seconds off my previous world record. Yeah, and sorry guys, feel free to talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Class will resume here in about 20 years of Venus time. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's having a great morning. Hope everybody's enjoying the marathon so far. I woke up earlier to mod for Brad's game dev, but I guess, you know, there was a couple other mods already in there, so I just took a little nap before I jumped back into this game. I'll reply in 30 seconds. Snowflakes have started falling. That's not what anybody wants to hear today. Roughly where are you at, Mystery Dip? Are you Midwest, East Coast, West Coast? I'm gonna guess Midwest. Well, my kids want to hear that. That's fair. Or if you don't want to say, don't feel bad. Don't feel obligated to. He told you he's on the ISS. Oh! Man, I'm sorry, I missed it. Oh, okay, nice. Space flakes. Hey man, I wrote an article once and they were talking about how they had found some form of algae or something growing on the outside of the space station. It was growing on like one of the windows or some shit. And they went and looked at it and they were like, yeah, it's regular algae. Apparently there was just enough oxygen and you know, moisture and things like that it was able to figure it out, to just stay alive. Life finds a way. Yeah, literally, man. I don't think it was much, obviously. I mean, I think we're talking about like a few specks, but like it was noticed and it was there. Our next milestone is at 2K. When we hit $2,000, we will add Metal Gear Solid VR missions to our lineup, played by FSS Zilla. That is awesome. Let's go, everybody. Snake, snake, snake! Snake. I'm a snake. So I think we're about 10 years away. Hey, that's me. Welcome in, FSS Zilla. We want to see Metal Gear Solid. Zilla hype. I'm surprised there isn't a mod to replace snake with a snake. Slither through air ducts. Yes. And then we just need to, like, have, like, you know, like mocap the guy who said, I'm a snaky snake. Type your snakes in chats to send Ageless real snakes. They made a whole game like that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put up the air temp indicator. Oh, the temperature's already broken. Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. Okay. So we're good to go. Let's go ahead and start placing some biomes. We're gonna go with Boreal Forest up here in the Highlands. Alright guys, so Venus has been cooled down. We are now placing biomes and stuff out there. We're going to let this series of biomes build up a little bit, and then we're going to place down a civilization. Get your donations in now! At the $3,000 level, we will send a box of live snakes to Ageless. What was the, oh my gosh, what was the skit? Where they were literally like, what's in the box? It's a snake. Snakes in a box for white noise? Yes, that sounds great. Are those Venusian years or Earth years? That's a great question. That's a great question. Let's go with Venusian. Plutonian years. Come on, game. There's only rock. It's rock and magma. Let's go. Okay, so because of the nature of how we have to do it here, we only have 500 energy. So we're gonna place this guy down and just hope for the best. Is there any point in putting down grass or other vegetation besides forest? So, it's not about what I can put down. I can put down anything. It's about what will grow. These planets are very harsh. They don't have any natural moisture, really. They don't have, like, good temperature ranges. We have to basically, like, cool them down to where it's, like, ice cold to even, like, get anything done. And so, because of that, the only things that we can really grow end up being forests and boreal. Grasslands might grow sometimes, but it's not reliable. Pluto has been a planet and then demoted from planet status before completing like 1/8 of its orbit around the sun. That's actually completely true. That's hilarious, dude. What is the orbit of Pluto, like 80 years or something like that? So anyway, this is going to end up being our slowest map, just on account of the fact that centuries. Okay. Just on account of the fact that we had to do it like this for consistency. I should have looked at this gift. This would have worked for the new method, but yeah, we're doing it the old way. Century. 248 years. Goodness. We're just going to place biome under this guy everywhere he goes. He's going to keep walking out into the desert. Into the wasteland. Wow, that worked. We just want to see like 1 or 2 more Stone Age societies. The lower in tech you are, your society is, the more, statistically speaking, like the longer it's going to take you to put out a colonist, I think. That's definitely how it feels. 248 years, aka 1 standard DMV waiting line. Yes, that's correct. I was talking to my friends one time, and I was talking about running for governor of a state, and I was like, look, man, All you have to do to win governor is just tell people you're going to change how the DMV works. You do that, everybody will vote for you. Be like, we're going to add 3 more people at every DMV station. It's wild to imagine trees are easier to grow than grasses. I agree, but I do understand it as well. I'd vote for them and I don't live there. I know, that's what I said. I was like, dude, if you tell people we're going to make DMVs faster, that's what I'm running on. I want DMVs to be faster. You should not have to wait in a line to get documentation to drive your car. People would be like, you got my vote. Be like, what do you feel about this stance? Be like, I feel like they should have less lines in the DMV. If I were governor, I would use a monolith in our society and launch us into the space age. Also getting rid of daylight savings time, all the programmers would vote. I don't... People who want daylight savings time, I'm like, why? What is the purpose of daylight savings time in our modern world? And I would use a monolith and launch us into space. That is true. Permanent DST is most natural feeling. Nice. I have my roommate's uncle lives in Arizona. And they don't have daylight savings over there. And I was like, dude, that's gotta be great. That's just gotta be great. We get too much sun already? Yeah. So I think here on Venus, just like on Mars, we can grow forests, actual forests, not boreal forests, in lowlands where there's enough moisture for them to for them to prosper. And while we're, building biomes across the planet and stuff, our people are just up here growing, doing their thing. To grow boreal forests in the southern hemisphere, does that make them austral forests? Zilla, you're asking some good questions here. I have to get who was it? Who made this? Maxis? Get Maxis on the phone over here. Get some answers about this stuff. So as you can see, the old way of doing this is effective and reliable, but it takes quite a long time. I wish I was more confident in my current strategy because I could have done that and showed we'd be finishing up here in like 26 years, but about 30 years, but it's gonna take a little bit longer than that, which is fine. We're here for another hour. I hope everybody is having a great morning too. You guys are enjoying your breakfast. It's morning time for you and your relaxation. If it's not, oh, I was waiting to tell you, we're going to be around -20°C here today. Yeah, it's getting chilly over here in the Midwest. We're about that here. -18 right now. Is that C or F? The one the majority of the world uses. Okay. I was like, that's frigid, dude. But no, that's pretty chilly. -18 sounds nice right about now. Pre-snow. That hits this evening. Yeah, we're supposed to get something like a few inches tonight And then tomorrow we're supposed to get like 10 inches. Just had my wife open the cabinets into the drains on the outside wall. Oh, yes. Holy moly. I used to live in a place where the plumbing ran right alongside one of the walls. And dude, there was like no airflow there. And every time it got cold, I had to like put a fan over there with a heater and stuff. Yeah, about a foot of snow. It's supposed to be powered, but it's supposed to be powered. Oh, okay, that's cool. Not the usual heart attack snow. Right. We'll get more snow until Monday. Nice. I'm feeling like this time, I park street side, and when they plow, they don't care if you're parked street side. So usually I have to dig out of a mountain. I'm kind of thinking this time about being like, I'm just gonna dig that section of the road out, like while the snow is coming down, so I don't have to like dig through a mountain of hard-packed snow, and just make trips out there like every hour, and just be like, all right, let's clean all the snow that's around, and then we're a balmy -4C. Yeah, that's shorts weather. Not that I ever wear shorts. So what's happening here? I'm going to be bad at explaining this because I don't fully understand it, but try to imagine that you broke this map into an actual globe. What is going on is that this area right here is connected with this area right here. And so what's happening is that my guys are moving up the border, and then they're coming out on this part of the globe. There is actually a globe view. I got plenty of time. Let's check out the globe view real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like in the globe view here. We want this one. So yeah, we're actually on a real planet here. And then if we look at civilization, we can see how as they're moving up and over the very tip of the pole there, they're coming down the other side of the planet. Depends on when. One of my cousins in Canada sent a pic of snow being snowed in and climbing out on the upper floor window. Yikes. Yeah, see, there's the group that has traversed the tip of the pole, and then they have, colonized that side of it. So let's get some more forest growing, because those seem to be what's taken up. How does it project a sphere onto a 2D grid? Yes, so it's using the topography where, I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's actually like a type of map. But basically, if you were to look at it, it's like the map would go, if you follow my cursor here, the map would go up, have a peak, have a valley, have a peak, have a valley. And then when you make it into a sphere, those peaks and valleys, they line up to fit together like a peeled orange, and they make the globe again. And so when you use that method here, that's why basically we see them popping out on a different part of the planet, but really all they've done is go north. And this is that what it's called? A Robinson projection? I've never known the name of it. I've only seen the map types. So if that's what it's called, then yes. But yeah, that's like the outline, the shape of the map. How many sim games are there? Many. There's SimEarth. Yes, all of them. In 40 minutes, Andy is going to rescue the Kerbals who were stranded on Kerbal Mars in last year's event. In 40 minutes. I thought I had another hour. I don't know the Kerbal names, planet names, so I use the equivalent. The moon is the moon. It's so funny whenever some random dude, I'm like, here, I'll just pop a forest under you, and he's like, oh, looks like a good place. Looked up the name, and it's apparently the good Amalacine projection. Ah, okay. Okay, so yes, that is the one I'm talking about. And so if anybody needs to have like a better idea of how to visualize this in their head, that is the map that I would recommend looking at. Because that's basically what they're using in this game. Well, at least fire doesn't really spread. Yeah, we're getting fires because we have so much oxygen in the atmosphere that we're literally like, the air is spontaneously combusting planet-wide. Oxygen? On Venus? Yes, sir. We put up 10 oxygen producers right here. Those guys, in this game, oxygen reduces the temperature. And so we pumped the atmosphere full of oxygen, reduced the temperature, then we started growing trees and everything. So that further produces oxygen. Oxygenators? Correct. These are O2 generators. I say oxygenator because, I don't know. I made the word up, I guess. I don't know. Also, we've moved up another level of technology, so now we're making 3. An oxygenator strips carbon from CO2 and releases the O2. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what they're doing. Typically with freeze separation, which would be a bloody nightmare on Venus. Well, you know what? We had nanotechnology when we moved out of the Earth, so I think our guys are good to go. Hey, what's up, Telspire? Thank you. And yes, fire did absolutely light one of our O2 generators up. It is now gone. That's why we placed them with a space of distance between each of them, is because we don't want a single event to take out more than one at a time. You can't just call it nanotech and hand wave it away. You are not the Borg. Listen, Artemis, resistance is futile. We've been over this. Maybe he's Senator Armstrong. EMP. Yes. Oh yeah, well, it's nanotech. Ah, it's just nanotech. Well, what kind of nanotech? Ah, nanotech. You know. The small kind. Yeah, I think we're pretty much just waiting for our population to get big enough to take off. I have to imagine that we've got more than enough biomass at this point. Get out. Yeah, so we're just chilling. We're just gonna hang out. This map will finish itself off shortly. About another 15 years, probably, of game time. We advance to the Iron Age. That forest is pointing to something. It's close. It's very close to being an arrow. Yes. Oh, it's pointing north. Alright. It's pointing towards our civilization. Let's go. Close encounters of the small kind. It was an arrow when I said that? Oh, okay. And then it changed again! Yeah, biomes in this game do be growing with the quickness. You know, like, the biome growth really works out whenever you're playing, like, pre-Cambrian or Cambrian Age, because, like, you know, it's like 250,000 years a tick. But, like, when a forest spreads, like, a dozen miles in a year, you're like, come on, man, that's a little fast for some forest here. Get up, come on, get down with the quickness. So if we were doing PB attempts, we wouldn't scroll the screen that much, because every time we scroll the screen, it slows the game down. But yeah, we're just doing a marathon, so we're just hanging out. Got me thinking about bamboo forests. Not gonna give us your best. Ooh, ah. Yeah, I literally cannot right now because I've got like a chest cold. Even trying that, I was like immediately like, oh, I'm about to cough. They grow very quickly. A place I went to school here in the Midwest, somebody apparently planted bamboo in this area. And I guess, like, I don't know the exact situation, but apparently, like, this little microclimate where this guy grew this bamboo was, like, perfect. Like, it is, like, perfect for the bamboo. And now there's, like, an actual bamboo forest there. It's not big. It's only, like a half an acre or something, probably. But, like, it is a straight-up bamboo forest. Like, they're growing densely and tall, like 30-foot tall and stuff. Like, it's crazy. Oh, it looks like we have a little patch of... Okay, finally. Alright, we got done. Venus is now colonized and has enough biomass. We're moving on to the next planet. So the next two planets have very interesting names. The first one is called Ice Planet. It's a... it's a very descriptive name. Ice being cold. This planet is cold. It's, it's an ice planet. So we're going to do the same thing to warm it up that we did on Mars. We're just going to drop a vapor. Here in like a year or two, this is going to warm the planet. And then we're just going to go through and place boreal forests in a grid pattern across the whole planet. And yeah, this is probably the easiest map in the game. When I first touched a bamboo stalk, I was surprised at how much it felt like metal. It is hard. It is like super hard wood. Like, I'm sure it's not like as hard as like a hardwood, but like just like you just reach up and grab it, you're like, damn, that's... I did not expect it to be that tough. Also, I gotta watch my mouth there. So we're gonna set up our civilization tabs like we always do. It has good tunes. It does have good tunes. Had a bamboo bow staff. Used it to break cinder blocks in demonstrations. That's tight. Alright, so this one's easy. We just go through. We drop boreal forests. Like grid pattern. We go about like this. Some of them will take, some of them will die. It doesn't matter. It'll be enough to grow across the whole world. And then we go back up to our first site, where the forest has grown a little bit, which is over here. We're going to let a few ticks go by so that these forests grow out. They have replaced paper drinking straws with thin bamboo here. Paper? Oh god. I don't think I've ever used a paper straw. Actually, they don't. Not for long, anyway. My friends try to remove the bamboo in their backyard by dousing it with petrol and setting it on fire. I mean, it's literally... It's extremely hard to kill. Like, that's a viable approach to get rid of bamboo. Spoiler alert, it did not work. Yeah, you gotta burn everything. You gotta burn the roots, you gotta burn the whole thing, man. It's not a viable approach to get rid of bamboo. Well, if you burn it, and then you just keep mowing over it, I mean, eventually it will run out of energy. The roots will use up everything they have, and they will die. But yeah, you're right. It's not that viable. Not unless you're planning on digging it up and literally burning out the roots and everything. You gotta dig it out and contain it. Even salt the ground. We're gonna salt the earth to get rid of this bamboo. It's hard enough to exhaust poison ivy like that, let alone bamboo. Yeah, poison ivy's tough too, man. So this is the mechanic I was talking about earlier. If you'll notice, it's like the original mechanics of this planet have taken over, and like my forest will die off, the tundra will come back, stuff like that. And then after a couple of ticks of game time, the game remembers that, oh right, I changed the atmosphere, forests should grow now. So we'll give it a couple of ticks to get itself back together, and then we'll plop down our civilization. Poison ivy's a cakewalk by comparison. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now we've got a civilization. I used to be really allergic to poison ivy as a kid. I think I just wasn't good at recognizing it, and so I would always get into it and get it all over me and stuff. But as an adult, I haven't gotten it. I've only gotten it a couple times. Despite all my time in the brush, I've never gotten poison ivy, oak, sumac. You might just be one of those lucky people who is not affected by the oil. What is that icon representing for civilization? What do you mean? Sorry. Oh, that's a computer. This is an information age technology, or society, and so they have computers, and they fly around in jets. It's common for people to be allergic to the sap. Yeah. So I think we've already got the world ensconced in forests. So our biomass needs have probably already been met. And we're just going to wait for our people to grow. And as information age technology people, they should grow fairly quickly. Apparently mangoes are related to poison ivy. It's common for people to be allergic to the sap. I also have never heard that. That's wild. That would suck. You're like, yeah, I love mangoes, but if I eat them, I'll die. Because my throat will swell up, and I'll die. Oh, well, you said the sap. I guess there's no sap in the fruit. Never mind. Yeah. That makes sense. Only food I'm allergic to is tomatoes. That's my sister allergic to mangoes. She can't even be in the same room as one. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Found out because I'm pretty sure I am allergic. They make my mouth prickly. My friend was telling me that she's allergic to sap. A certain leafy green as well. If you want to talk something used in food. I developed an allergy to kiwi fruit, and I hate that chefs put them on pavlovas and fruit salad bowls. Yikes. You're like, hey, could you not put the thing that's going to give me a terrible reaction on my food, please? That would be great. Interesting, I am very allergic to poison ivy, however, I am just a disliker of mango, says Kayla. I also don't respond with anaphylaxis, so my allergy is kind of neat, or kind of unique. What do you just get, like a rash then, or? Mango juice is high allergy for kids too. Oh, okay. Dang, I didn't know mangoes were so iffy. Here we have our group of people who have moved over the pole as well. I respond like it's acute food poisoning. I'll eventually fall unconscious and throw up anything my stomach can push out. I have heard about people with allergies like that. That's awful. Let's go, Angelus! What's up, Jeffertainment? Thanks for stopping in. How you doing today? Want to know how we found out? Oh, I can take some guesses. The future will be populated by ground-bound computers and the skies by shuttles. What's up, secondhand schizophrenia? Yes, let's take a moment to shout them out again. We are doing, this is Defeating Games for Charity. We are raising money for the Video Game History Foundation. There's an organization where they are trying to preserve video game history, not in the form of video games themselves, but more in the form of memorabilia, magazines, you know, small odds and ends like developers' notes and things like that. And, you know, they're just trying to preserve all that so that it's not lost to time. I think something like 85% of... Well, I guess that's video games. But yeah, they are doing the Lord's work, for sure. So yeah, if you would like to see what they have a website. I believe all their information is free to access. Okay, so we need to put down 2 terraformers, 2 vapors. That will warm our planet back up. We're going to go find the current living society here, right there. So there's already a civilization of reptiles. In this game, intelligent creatures can be able to settle areas that others cannot. So reptiles can live in deserts. I don't think anything else can live in deserts. Fish can make cities in the sea. I think there's only a few things that can make cities in the sea. So what we're doing is we're going to keep this society alive, so we colonize with reptiles. And then, yeah, and then from there we're just going to finish out the map. We're going to get some... reptiles are smarter than your average bear. I can live in a desert, is a freeman, basically. Just gotta get you a suit now to preserve your water, and you're there, dude. Oh, it's weird to wake up in the hospital. I bet. I bet the manual for this game is huge. I recommend everybody go look up the manual for this game. Not the NES version, SNES version, but the DOS version. It's a guide on like planetary mechanics and stuff. Like they tell you about every action you can take in the game, like all kinds of thought processes about how they got this stuff the way they wanted it and everything. Oh, it looks like we're not losing desert. 228 pages. Yes, it is huge. There he is. The boxing glove boy. Come on, man. What is going on here? Apologize, everybody. We're having a little trouble getting this guy to settle himself down. Also, I might have just thought of another method for speeding up this level a little bit. It looks like if I restart it, the desert grows back immediately. That's one of the things that we have to make happen. So I'm curious if restarting it right off the bat might make the desert just stop, like not disappear, basically. Anyway, we need to go put jungles across the poles. This is how we're going to get our biomass up for this level. New stretch discovered for charity. Indeed. Okay, so that's got that. Let's get this. Sir, I need you to stay alive there. We're going to set up some forests. After SimEarth, we're going to head over to Sultan Gaming for some Kerbal Space Program. Yes! Guys, what time am I raiding over to him? I thought it was 9:30. Is it 9:30? Or is it 10:30? Or is it 10? In 17 minutes. Oh my. Thought I had 2 hours, not an hour and a half. Yikes. Alright, so we're probably going to finish out Desert Planet, and then I'll show you guys the last level. And then we're probably going to raid over. I read my scheduling wrong. You did have 2 hours, but we're late starting. Oh, I was late starting? Ah! I don't know why I had so much trouble reading the schedule. Yeah, I thought I was starting at 8:30 and going until 10:30. My bad. Sorry, everybody. Especially when the site is at your time. Oh no, the guide I was going off of was just EST. So I was trying to like adjust everything for an hour. Yeah, the list of streamers was, or well, the list of streamers that I had was an EST. The list of times that I had. Well, now I'm all flustered. Yes. Yeah, no, I totally did not sleep in. I was wide awake. I just did not realize that I was I was a half an hour late. Yep, that's my bad. Sorry about that, everybody. Bloody Aussies, that's why you live in a penal colony. Why is our guy taking so long to spread out? Shots fired. Still in our farmer adjustment, that thing that is no longer relevant. Ironic, the farmers here hate it. Yeah, I don't know who likes daylight savings anymore. Like, I'm like, that was something that was done for a purpose that no longer exists. Where are my vaporizers? Okay. Okay. Yeah, if I lose one of these, we have to immediately rebuild it. Otherwise, we won't have enough moisture to support the biomass that we're going to need here. We want civilization. We want the gift. There it is. How goes the planet? The planet is going well. I only just learned that I was a half an hour late to my own stream, so that sucks. But the planet is going great. We are totally going to win, and yeah, this will probably be the last planet we're able to finish, but I'm not even sure there was a legit reason. I've heard conflicting things about DST's original purpose. I mean, I've heard like 10 different reasons for why it... That did happen, but we'll keep it moving. Yep, sorry about that. Yes, someone left a present in the desert, and I would love to open it, but I know that my people are going to destroy it almost immediately. Somebody will go make a city next to it, and they will get into a war, and they will destroy it. Because they're jerks. Welcome in, Mass Neotech Prototype. Worth waiting for Ageless when we got too much sun for a crazy... We got too much sun to see a crazy game of Tone. To be fair, Ageless, previous 2 years the start times were on the hour, now they're on the half hour. Yeah, and I kept looking at the list, and I was like comparing it to when other people had streamed, and I was like, okay, so we're changing like every half hour. And I was like, so I'll be starting at 8:30, but it was supposed to be 8. To give each slot more time, or... I should start in the US after World War II. Kendra bumps it back onto the hour. Okay. So this little like gift that we have here, the Wood of Gaia, it's not going to last much longer. This guy will definitely get to a war and destroy it. Because we added the 30-minute pre-show. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Can I get jungle to grow there? No chance. I mean, we always had a pre-show. There are some different length blocks. Some are an hour, 1.5. It's just how it worked out. Yeah, and I just didn't pay enough attention or ask anybody to clarify, and so kind of screwed up my scheduling a little bit. I thought like 5 times too. I was like, maybe I should ask somebody, and I was like, I can read a spreadsheet. Turns out, can't read a spreadsheet. I want stuff to grow here. I'm not sure why. Could have read a website. Well, all I had to go off of was the spreadsheet, so I'm not sure where else it is, because all I had to go by was the... Oh, I was looking at like the spreadsheet for when everybody's for the streamers. Oh. The drive for DST in West Aus was by companies with head offices in the East, yet our local businesses are aligned with Asian time in their businesses. I voted against it when we had the referendum. For those who are wondering what he is talking about, the Massachusetts EST is how I built the schedule. Yeah, and that's my bad. I should have just looked, and I should have just asked. I should have just been like, hey, let me double check my time. But it's okay. What's not okay is how long this is taking. Any time now, this should be finishing out. The website converts to local time. Ah, okay. Okay. Biome generator here. So this thing here is a biome generator. Whatever is available to grow in that area will grow. This will grow it. So like if grasslands are best here, like it'll start planting grasslands around it and growing outward. For those participating in this year or future years, never be afraid to ask things. We're always happy to help answer even the most obvious seeming things to make sure everything is perfectly clear for you. We are setting you up for success, we promise. It's true. I'm my own worst enemy. I have become the villain of my own story. Any more scheduled talk and K-On bans you. Alright. This game is so ahead of its time. I love seeing all this nonsense simulation. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Yeah, basically at this point we're just waiting for biomass to build up. On account of this being a desert planet, the only places we can really grow good biomass are at the poles. It looks like we might have... Yep. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see what happens. Soul10 Gaming is live, so you're good to raid when your time is up. Perfect, because we're about to lose this map. At least we have horses. Wow, is that what you name your cute little pet lizard? Cute little lizard pet? Biomass? Look, it's an endearing name. What do you want me to say? Yeah, so what has happened is that if your biomass does not hit the required prerequisite, your planet will cool down too much. This will destroy the deserts and basically just destroy your whole world. I'm not even sure what I'll grow here now. Usually when this happens, I just start over. I didn't expect it to happen today, but it did. I have no control over it or anything because I don't know how it's caused or why it happens, but just sometimes, for whatever reason, your biomass just does not build up enough. So I'll play for a few more minutes, and then we're going to raid out the Soul10 Gaming. And we're going to watch him play some Kerbal Space Program. I actually cannot believe that my gift has not been destroyed yet, though. Thank you, Tels, for your donation. Thank you, Tess, for your donation. This can't end well. Yo, Telspire, thank you for the donation. That's awesome. So it looks like we would win this if we were to continue playing, because our forests are growing. It looks like we've got some bands of jungle that are growing as well. So we would win in the long run, but yeah. Look at this little lonely guy out here. This looks so sad. He's like, where's my people? Yeah, this usually cycles back and forth. It's just slow. Yeah. Maybe this planet's in a highly elliptical orbit. Sometimes it's closer to the sun and scorches it, and sometimes it's further away and freezes it. Bum, 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 bum. But yeah, that's... I will give him the 2-minute warning. That good? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, because we're toast on this map. We did not succeed. So we're just gonna casually watch our little oasis here. Thanks for streaming for the cause. Ageless, I'm off for some sleep. All right, thank you for joining in, Caro. Really appreciate you stopping in. Oh man, no, thank you guys for having me, and sorry for being a half an hour late. I thought I had it this year. I was all set up. I was all ready. I was like, all right, 8:30, let's go. We made it work. Things happen. Just glad you could take part. Yeah. Like I said, happy to be here. Happy to be streaming. Happy that VGHF is getting some attention. I hope this gets bigger every year. All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and start the raid, and it is Soul10 Gaming, I think. Very cool. Yeah, so thank you everybody for stopping in. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough of SimEarth. We didn't finish it. We were 2 levels away. We failed on the desert planet. But yeah, we got through most of the game. You guys get the gist of it. You know what this game's about, right? Thanks for the stream. Glad you could make it for your stream. Glad you could make it for your stream. Take care. Thanks, Mind Games. Alright guys, let's raid out. Let's go watch some Kerbal Space Program. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.